Hello, welcome to the Yarn and Yarns YouTube channel. My name is Angela and all of the places you can find me should be linked in the description box below this video. Welcome to the actual day 11, not day 11 of my 12 cast-ons adventure for 2020. It is, what day is it? I think it's the 3rd or the 4th. Let me check. It's the 4th of January, Monday, as I'm recording this. And I am easing myself back into work as of today, so I have decided that I'll be working kind of on a part-time basis this week. The website at the moment is fairly slow, and December was really busy, so I'm going to be kind to myself. I do need to start working again, but I'm going to be kind to myself and just do half days this week, so this should still leave me time to work on the last couple of cast-ons for this project. So today I am going to be working with a skein of yarn that I spun at the end of last year, and have really, ever since I came off of the wheel, I really wanted to cast it on, but I wasn't sure what to cast on with it. And it's this beautiful skein of Polworth, and the first friendship element comes in because the fibre was kindly gifted to me by our lovely Martin of the Knit 365 vlog. Can't speak today. And Martin gifted me this back at the beginning of our first lockdown, and I sort of spun it up towards the end of the year. I think it was a spin that I did on my e-spinner. And it's just this glorious tonal orange colour, which the fibre was originally dyed by Almas, Witchcrafty Lady. And if you watched yesterday's video, you'll know that my cast on from yesterday did not take off, and I was kind of sitting thinking about it. I was scrolling on Instagram and a pattern popped up from my lovely friend Ellie of Curio Stitches. So this is the second friendship element that's coming in, and she has just released her slipper pattern, which is called the New Moon Slipper Socks, and I'll pop a picture up on the screen. And as soon as I saw that pattern, for some reason I thought about this yarn, and I'm just going to go for it. I did not spin this yarn with the intention of making slippers or socks, but I think Polworth will hopefully hold up to a bit of wear. So yeah, I'm just going to go for it. I'm going to try it out and see. Also, I think that Lisa from the Soulful Spinner is having a slipper cal at the moment. She made a couple of pairs of slippers from her hand spun yarn in December, I think. So I'm woefully behind with my video watching, and also with other social medias like Instagram. I have not been spending, over the sort of Christmas and New Year break, I've been making a few posts, but not spending the same amount of time engaging on those platforms as I usually would. So I needed to catch up and check out the details of Lisa's cal to see if it's still going on and if I would be eligible to enter with these slipper socks. So yeah, those are my plans for today's cast on, and I am so much more excited about this cast on than I was the blanket, which was the failed cast on yesterday. So yeah, we'll see how I get on. Let's hope I'm successful today and actually get something onto the needles. It's 4 PM and I'm about to cast on my slipper. I was chatting with Ellie, the designer, at lunchtime, saying I was going to cast on at lunchtime, but then I decided to go for a lovely blustery walk to the beach instead. But my work day is finished now, so a nice early finish. I've just set up fire, so I'm keeping an eye on that. Hopefully that will take. I've got myself a cup of tea and a stroopwafel. And in laptop news, we switched it back on yesterday, I meant to say in my video yesterday, and it worked, yay! So the fight with a glass of lemonade was not disastrous after all, which I'm so relieved about. While I was chatting with Ellie, she made a great suggestion about knitting my slippers 2 at a time. I'm not a massive fan of 2 at a time, but with handspun yarn, where even if you weighed out half the ball, the quantity might be slightly variable, I think it's quite a good idea. So I might get my toes established and then have a go at 2 at a time. I can always change my mind if I really hate it. But this pattern is worked toe up again, so I'm going to be making use of my book straight away and referring to the instructions in here for Judy's Magic Cast On. I've got Judy's Magic Cast On ready to go, just to refer to, although I've cast on a couple of projects using this technique over the last few weeks. I feel like it's worth having that there as a reference in case I mess up. Oh, this waffle is nice and bendy now. It is the 5th of January and I am back. You might be happy to know that I do actually have some cast on progress to share. I did manage to get to my slipper socks. They are on the needles officially. But of course, as always, before I share my progress with you, it's time to give a shout out to some members of the Yarn and Yarns community who have been casting along with our make along. So Sarah started 2 pairs of socks, one of which is finished, and she's also started a cowl. Jen has started some Twizzler socks. Mairead has started some morning coffee socks. Tammy has been casting on, and she has so far managed to cast on a Radiate sweater, a boxy sweater, and a Descent pullover, some Selbu mittens, a Venezia shawl, a 21 colour slouch, which I'm assuming is a hat, and a Crunching Leaves cowl. And finally a 12 Days of Christmas pair of socks. So lots of lovely projects there from Tammy, and Tammy has the Yarning by the Homestead channel here on YouTube. Jane has cast on her final project, is using up some cotton yarns and some sparkle to make some mats and also some stars, which she is hoping to turn into some bunting for her knitting shed. Which sounds amazing. And our lovely Zoe of the Pins and Needles podcast will be casting on some secret socks and also an adventuresome wrap from her Advent minis. Still lots and lots of projects going on the needles, and I still have some more comments to catch up on too. Right, as for my day 11, I was starting a pair of New Moon slipper socks from my Handspun Polworth yarn, and as I think I mentioned yesterday, I decided to go for 2 at a time just to manage my yarn quantities, but I think I'm going to have plenty of yarn to play with. 2 at a time is not my favourite, and this is kind of solidifying that I don't particularly enjoy this technique, but it's fine. It's just, I feel like it just slows me down, and I know this is probably perception rather than reality, but I feel like just dealing with 2 things on the needles at once, and especially when I'm magic looping and sort of switching the yarn and the cord round, it just feels really slow. But Anyway, I managed to get a few pattern repeats on the socks done yesterday. So as you can see, it has this really lovely texture pattern on the foot, and then just plain on the bottom of the slipper socks. And this is a pattern by Curio Stitches. I'll link Ellie's website below. She sells her patterns through her website now, and it's for a double knit weight yarn, and my Polworth is about double knit. I'd say it's typical of my handspun, slightly finer in places, slightly thicker in places, but it knits up just fine to this double knit sort of gauge. The pattern has 4 pattern sizes, and I am working the second size, so I think I've ended up with about 56 stitches. Whereas I usually knit a 64 stitch sock if I'm knitting with 4-ply. This has got a little bit of room in it, which is nice, because it means I can then double up. If I've already got socks on and I want an extra bit of warmth, then I can definitely use these as slippers. But if I want more of just a cozy sock, then these will work for that too. So yeah, I am adoring how this handspun Polworth is working up, and I hope that it will stand up to wear. I was thinking about it yesterday, I do have in one of these cupboards in this room, I knit a cardigan many moons ago from some pure wool, and it was just too oversized, and I ended up throwing it in the wash to felt the fabric, but the fabric came out really, I over felted it, and the fabric came out really stiff and quite crunchy. But I'm thinking that I might be able to maybe use that and cut out some soles or something like that if I feel like these socks do look like they're going to sort of wear through quite quickly. So yeah, I've got that sort of in the back of my mind. If I need to do that, then I might consider playing around with that too. I could just cut out a sole and sew that to the bottom of the slippers if I need to. So yeah, not much else to say. It's a lovely pattern to follow, really easy, 4-row pattern repeat. And now that I've shown these off, I can put my number 11 progress keeper on here, so that when I come back to these, I will be able to keep track of my progress. I did take a look at the slipper sock make along. I think it's the hashtag warm feet cowl on Instagram, hosted by the lovely Lisa of the Soulful Spinner, and I think that's going on. It's definitely still going on. I think it goes on until February, maybe Valentine's Day. So if you have the inkling to maybe make a thicker pair of socks or a pair of slippers, then please do go and check out Lisa's channel, and also her Ravelry group and Instagram for all of the details on how you can join in with that cowl. So yeah, day 11 is done. Just one more day left. So I'm going to sign off for today and edit and upload this video, and then I shall be back tomorrow with my final cast on of the 12 this year. And I hope I will see you then, but until we get to spend time together again, I hope you get to do some of the things that you enjoy. Great big woolly hugs to you all. Bye for now.